My name is Carolyn Standfast, and I was not blessed to know Jeff as a pastor. Y'all are going to have to excuse me. Jeff was my airport friend. We're part of Operation Send-Off, and we go to the airport every Friday to see the soldiers off to Iraq. We've done this for several years, and it's been, I don't even know how long back, but Jeff joined us. And at that point, he was already well into his sickness, but he could still get down on the floor and sit with these young men, and they would talk to him, and he would look them straight in the eye and never blink and listen to their stories, and then he would pray with them. And he was there every Friday. I know he didn't feel like it a lot of Fridays, but he was there. And then he became worse, and he could not do these kind of things, but he was still there. He would stand at the candy carts, and he'd straighten up the candy. Or we give neck pillows out, and I'd give him some neck pillows, and he would walk around and make sure that all the soldiers had their neck pillows to go on the plane. He couldn't pray with them anymore. He couldn't talk with them anymore. We would introduce him, and they all knew he was a pastor. And when they were ready to get on the plane to Iraq, Jeff was right there at the door with his hand out. And I cannot count the number of young men that would say, "Thank you, Pastor, for being here." Jeff made a real difference in my life, and I needed counseling, and I wanted to talk to him, but I couldn't because he couldn't talk to me. And the last Friday Jeff went, he and I were sitting on a bench outside the airport, and I was having some health worries, and I was concerned. I wanted to talk to him so bad. And I looked him in the eye, and I said, "Jeff, as I've gotten older, I'm really afraid of dying." And Jeff reached over, and he took my hand. And, he moved very slow at that point. And he took my hand, and he smiled. And I know he wanted to talk to me so bad, and I wanted him to talk to me, but he couldn't. But it was a special moment to me. All of us that are a part of Operation Send-Off thank Sarah and the children for lending Jeff to us on Friday. He was a blessing. And these young men, he was special to them, and he was special to all of us that go. He showed us what love is, and I'm sure those young men that got on that plane, after Jeff shook their hand, I know he made a lasting impression that in his health, he would come out there every Friday to be with them. 2 weeks ago was his last week, and I cannot imagine going to the airport without Jeff. I will not be at the graveyard tomorrow because I'm going to the airport, and I'm going to do it for Jeff because I think that we need to honor his memory, and that's what Jeff would have me do if I could ask him. So I thank y'all for listening. Because